for stopping on our channel, which is dedicated to central heating. And as you can see, I've been doing this a long time. On our Wednesday fault finding course, and also on Thursday, because it's controls and wiring, we learn about the different components and the different scenarios. And as always, the most popular fault is I've got hot water, but I haven't got heating. And the number one component is the diverter valve or zone valve, which I've covered in another video. But number two is the cylinder thermostat. And what engineers don't realize is this thermostat controls the heating. It really does, because whilst this is in hot water mode, you either get no heating or at most 50%. And engineers go all over the planet looking at diverter valves, this, that and the other, and that's the one that's faulty. So let me show you how it's done, and we'll zoom in. We're going to put the multimeter into buzzer mode because we don't need electricity because it's dangerous. So let's zoom in and proceed with the testing. First of all, what we need to do is to put the multimeter into the buzzer mode. So there we are, we'll go to ohms, press it twice, and then test. Ignore the numbers because we're in buzzer mode, so it doesn't matter. So now when we look at the cylinder thermostat, if the pin is on the 11 o'clock position, that's in the hot water mode. If it's on the 1 o'clock position, it's in central heating mode. But normally we will have this at 60 because that's the recommended temperature, 1/3 off the floor. So, first of all, we need to make sure that we've got the right connection. So we've got common, so that's the wire from the programmer. Number one goes to switch the hot water on, so that'll be connected to the valve below. And then number two is the central heating on mode. So let's test this and see what's actually happening. So as always, it says common on the multimeter, so common on the switch, that means the black lead. And then to see what's going on, the first one here, we're in hot water mode, so that should buzz. A nice steady buzz, no problem. And this one should be silent. But it isn't, so therefore it's faulty. And if we move this over to the hot water side, the heating side rather, common, so number one should now be silent, and it isn't. And number two should be on, which it is. So this tells me that the zone valve or diverter valve is only opening halfway if you're lucky. But basically, that cylinder stat here controls the heating. Because we've tested this cylinder thermostat and it's faulty, we've gone and purchased a brand new one, and we're going to replace this in the same order of wiring, which is the test is going to be common to 1, hot water on. Common to 2 is hot water off, or sometimes known as heating on. So we're going to power off and then do the replacement. So now we're going to test the new cylinder stat, and as always we've powered off, we're in ohms with the buzzer. There you are, that proves it. So we'll put common to 1, which is hot water on, should buzz, and obviously the other one, terminal 2, should not. So let's do 1. There we are, that's fine. And that's now silent. Open line means at least 1,000,000 ohms. And then let's put it over to the heating, and we should have the reverse. So we'll go common to 1 ought to be silent, yes, and to 2, there we are. And now we're in central heating mode. So this is a really good quick test. So whenever you go to this, you can see whether the cylinder stat is working correctly or not. If we were to do it in mains live, then we would simply go to an earth connection to common, and then to 1 and 2, and that will tell us where the diverter valve is and the cylinder stat is. And that would be terminal 6 and 7 and 8. They're the 3 terminals where C1, 2 go to. And that concludes testing of a cylinder thermostat.